welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie and I love to make things with joy. If you like to make things with joy, or if you just like to follow along while other people are sewing and creating, then you have found the right place. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. All right, this is April. It's time to start making some plans. All right, it's time for Spring Has Sprung. All right, spring has sprung for me. Sometimes it's a little hard to get in the thematic framework of the calendar season because you know all teachers love to do calendar work. But I finally feel like spring is here. So I want to make some kind of springy stuff. Now, I did love digging in my bucket last month, and I think I'm going to make that a regular feature. Sometimes when I dig in there, I find solutions to sewing challenges, solutions to gaps in my wardrobe, or just some things that are so cute that I cut out when I was having a cutting frenzy. I thought, well, let's go ahead and get working on it. And so I got some really cute things made last month, but there's other stuff I want to do for April. There is a Sew April Blouse challenge coming up, and I've got a lot of things for that, but having a little problems with the shirt, top, blouse situation. All right, I'll figure it out. I've just decided. I looked at the challenge and the sponsors, Yorkshire, the Yorkshire Girl, which I think is funny since I was born in Yorkshire, England, and Fugalissima. They had a little thing about what constitutes a blouse, and I think basically sometimes it's the material as well as it does have an opening. I tried to look on the back of my pattern envelopes to figure out what did Vogue and McCall's and Simplicity designate. As much as I can pull from it, looking through all my patterns, top goes over the head, a shirt has a band and a collar, opens up the front, and a blouse opens up as well, but is in a fancier fabric. Please write in the comments what you think of blouse is and help me out. But in the meantime, these are some of the things I'm gonna do. This is a classic. This is McCall's 6124. And I'm not exactly sure which one I cut out, but I pulled this out of my bucket of things that I cut out. And I already have buttons. I think I talked about this last month, but I didn't end up sewing it. And a kind of a pink Oxford. So I really want to make this. I'm not sure what version. I'll let you know what which one of these things. I hope it's not the dress. I hope it's one of these shirts. We'll find out. This pattern is fabulous. It's by Kichi V-Style. It's the Nomi pattern, and I would like to make this dress. Wait for this fabric. This is an Ankara with a glitter to it. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if y'all are ready. But I'm gonna make it. We'll have to see. Now I'm ready. I would love to make the assembly line oversized shirt. Here's the line drawing on the back. I would love to make several really large oversized shirts that are kind of billowy, and so here are some of the fabrics I have. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but I have this great print with all different type of ladies on it, and this is like a quilter's cotton. All right, so that's 100. That'll be cool. Then of course that blue fabric that keeps on giving, and I think I have one more that I see it. I'll be right back. Here is the blue to the same red that I got at Ping's. And I have made quite a few things with this blue material. I've made a jumpsuit that for my daughter-in-law. Well, it was for me, but the back out thing is not for me. I'll show you a picture of it around here somewhere. And then I made it again as an asymmetrical long blouse from Trend Patterns. And I'm gonna make it again in this Vogue 9305. I think this will work great in Egypt because I can wear the leggings underneath and cover up my legs or make the pants. And this pattern requires that whatever fabric you use, both sides have to be congruent. You cannot have, you know how some fabric has white or brown or whatever on the other side. It's not finished on both sides. So I'm gonna make this because I think it will go over, and it's a lightweight. I think it'll roll up really nice in my suitcase, and that's going to be a look. And it's an easy, fussy, it says that in the back. All right, so that's another thing for April. My next make is the Harlow shirt by Tessuti. Now, I want to make sure my capsule wardrobe that I'm taking to Egypt is blues and creams, whites and khaki. And so I'm going to make this Harlow shirt, which can act as a jacket, out of this beautiful blue and white Ankara. I think it'll be stunning as well as breathable because it's 100% cotton. I don't believe it's lined. It's not a lined shirt, but I think it'll just be really, I think it'll really sing. All right, this is New Look 6710. I have been dying to work on this. I love this jacket. I love the V. I love how it can stand alone, almost like a top, but it can also go over a camisole, which will work great for me when I'm traveling. And I like this skirt. I have bought this skirt how many different times and how many different materials. So this time I'd like to make it in this lightweight Ankara that's floaty and air can go through so it won't be too hot, but still colorful in the palette with the blue. And then I have a lot of khaki, and I'm going to use it to make the jacket. And I'm also going to line it in this gold fabric. Because frankly, I'm only going to need the jacket when it gets cool. And I might make a skirt. I have a lid. I have enough left. We'll have to see how it pans out. All right, if you don't like stripes, this is not going to be the pattern for you. This is Vogue DKNY 1487. And I found this fun stripe. I don't know if the stripes are gonna line up, y'all, because, you know, it's not a regular repeat. But I found this stripe, ITY, in a bucket at, you know where. Anyway, so I thought it would be so fun for the summer. The shirt, the skirt, they could be worn together. If I find that's too much separate, with a white t-shirt, a purple t-shirt, a yellow t-shirt, a green t-shirt, a pink t-shirt. All of those things are possible with these pants or with this skirt. All right, this next pattern is McCall 7969, and it is a beautiful dress with the crisscross V. I think will work really well on me. I'm not sure if I might make the maxi, just so that I can have it to take it with me. I can make it a little shorter when I get home. But I have this Georgette, or actually a sheer. I wouldn't say it's a Georgette, that I got from Fabric Mart on one of their sales. And only thing I'm concerned about is I feel like this is almost a stripe, you know? So we'll see if it becomes a problem with the dress. If not, I'll use it to make something else. Next fabric I found at you know where. In this beautiful red. I am not sure. It's a polyester cotton blend. You can kind of see through it a little bit. Like you said, they don't label. They put things in areas, but this was on clearance, so I'm not sure. But the red is a really good red, and I've got quite a bit of it. And so I thought to make this shirt here with the little cape at the back, because I have quite a few things that are high-waisted that this would be very nice with. And if you can see the back, it is a nice little thing. It is McCall's 7541. It works for me. It has the V. It's good for the apple shape. So I'm going to do that in red after I cut this out, which is Vogue 8193. I looked for this pattern for such a long time, and it just popped up out of the blue when I was looking for something else. All right, and I want to make it into a dress. So I'm going to have to extend these panels, but I think that'll be stunning. I made this dress, I made this shirt, I think 3 other times, and I wore them and I wore them and I wore them. And I don't know what happened to them. It must have been in the move, because they were in beautiful Asian influence, like bamboo color and light green. They were beautiful. And I don't know what happened to them. But you know, when you move, you lose some things in translation. So I'm gonna try it again, this time as a dress. More springtime. This is New Look 6609. And I like this tie top with this handkerchief hem skirt, and I've cut it out in a fabric I bought from Fabric Mart over a year ago. I know it's not there, but it is this red and white. I'm sorry, it's a cotton blend, but I did not pay attention to what it was called. But I think it's going to be lovely and ready for spring, summer. The next make I want to make is Simplicity 8911. And when I find the envelope, I'll insert it in my mix video. But I'm very interested in either this shape without the sleeves or with the sleeves. I'm starting to prepare for my trip to Egypt, and I'm looking up modesty standards and temperature and when I'm going to be there. And so I'm trying to make sure that I have enough things that can handle the trip. I think my wardrobe alone can do that. So it's just a matter of making a few things to make it memorable. And I found this unbelievable polyester kind of crepe, lightweight and floaty, mustard background with this huge floral in a bucket of pings. And so there's enough to make one of the a wonderful dress, and that's one of the makes that I plan to make. About making plans, I may just get around to cutting something out. I may get around to making it. I might have stuff left over from last month. It's not meant to be stressful. Sewing is meant to be a joy, because this is just my hobby, my fun, my inspiration, and my joy. So it's nice. Planning is like dreaming. So you can come up with, sometimes I change my mind. Sometimes the fabric that I say I'm gonna do something with, I come up to it and go, maybe not. We'll try something else. Sewing is supposed to be fun. Okay, well, that's it for this month's plans. Some of these things will get made, as you know. Some of these things will just get cut out, and I'll get to them eventually. The whole point is to enjoy your hobby. Enjoy the thing that you love to do. And I love playing with fabric, and I love coming up with the ideas. Honest to goodness, the planning and the cutting are my favorite parts of the process. So I'm going to work on these things for this month, and I'm going to work on them next month and the month after that. So there's no stress about it. If you've got patterns, or if you've got projects that have been cut out and they're no longer you, they're not your size, move on. Don't block your creative juices because you feel obligated to patterns and clothes that no longer work for you. Patterns are just paper. Material is just cloth. You can move on to something else. You do not have to sew up everything that you cut out 5 years ago before you can start on something new and fresh. I like to balance things. I have things that I cut out, thought they were a great idea, put them in my buckets, and didn't touch them because some circumstances changed or I wasn't inspired. But then when you go back, it's like Christmas. And then there's also things that you saw a pattern, you want to go get the material, you want to sew it right away. Give yourself permission. This is your hobby. This is your joy. You do it how you want to do it. All right, we will see you next month with more plans. Take care.